Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you are looking forward to the weekend to come, which of course is going to be a massive, massive weekend for Barça. Following on from that Champions League victory, we have unfinished business in La Liga. And in today's video, I'm going to be addressing some of your questions ahead of that game, from Martin Braithwaite to our centre-back options. Do we need to bring somebody in the January transfer window? And there's also going to be focus on Lionel Messi, following the sad passing, as we discussed yesterday on MORETALKFCB, of Diego Maradona. Is Messi about to be inspired? It's all coming up in today's video, and I also want to wish all of my American followers a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your celebrations and enjoy your day. So let's get to it. But I want to start first and foremost here with a question from somebody here who actually resides in the Messi tier. It's Huzaifa with the question. He says, do you think playing Coutinho and Pedri at the same time is a good choice? For me, it has to be one or the other, because both of them like to play central and they don't perform well on the wings. And I'm going to say that's also an observation that I would make. I do have concerns about Coutinho and Pedri starting in the lineup together. Maybe one or two times, maybe when you're trying to rotate people, when you're trying to fit them in one game or two, it can be okay. But I think in general, when you're looking there at your best lineup, your best team, I don't really think it includes both of those playing at the same time, because I think what you saw in particular against Dinamo in that first half was that they were continually trying to be in the same sort of space. Both of them want to be on the ball, both of them there want to try and take up spaces between the lines, and both of them at the same time, it just doesn't quite work in that way. And again, you do have that problem. We've seen it already with Antoine Griezmann and Messi at times. You have players who are very, very good quality individually, but you don't want to shift either of them out to the wing. Neither of them belong and play at their best in that area. So if possible, I would try and play one or the other. But as we saw the other night, sometimes Koeman seems to want to play both. And I know plenty of you were very, very interested in whether Martin Braithwaite should be starting against Osasuna on Sunday, after, of course, what was a very, very good performance from Martin Braithwaite from the start against Dinamo Kiev, not only scoring 2 goals, but also providing another, and ultimately making a real statement to Ronald Koeman. But will he start? That's the big question, and does he deserve to? Because I honestly really enjoy Braithwaite and what he can actually bring to this team. Whether he scored or whether he didn't against Dinamo, what he will always do is cause a problem. And when you're looking at our team right now, we've got Griezmann, we've got Messi, we've got good wide players, we've got good players there in the number 10 role, you've got a lot of attacking quality, but we don't have any other player in the profile of Martin Braithwaite. And I thought also what he did against Dinamo was so impressive, because they were actually pretty deep. A lot of the time we think that Braithwaite is so limited that he can only play in teams there who play high up the pitch. He can only really play against teams where he can run in behind. But against Dinamo, that wasn't the case. He was able there to still be effective against a deep block. He occupies there the 2 centre-backs. He's always direct in his play, and he just gets himself into the right areas. That's what a centre-forward does. You can say there that his first goal was a simple tap-in from a corner, but again, you've got to be there. That's what a natural number 9 does. He finds those positions. They just somehow find themselves in those areas where they get tap-ins. It's all about anticipation. And even though you look at the second goal, people will say it's just a tap-in and then it's a penalty. But actually, he won that penalty. And he won that penalty there by getting into a really good area, getting ahead of his man, being in the right place at the right time again, a natural forward, and he wins the penalty. He steps up and he buried it. And I think Braithwaite here, whether he starts or not on Sunday, what he can give us, not just in this game to come, but right throughout the season, he gives us something we do not have. And Koeman, he has to use that. And of course, guys, there are also plenty of questions, not just about the forward areas, but also defensively, and in particular, after the really impressive performance that we saw against Dinamo from Oscar Mingueza, and the return shortly of Ronald Araujo, the question is being raised. Do we even need to sign a centre-back now in the January transfer window, or should we abandon those plans and quite simply stick with what we have? And I think that's a very, very valid question, and I can understand why so many of you are asking that right now, because you know what? That's what we should do. We shouldn't be going out in January, for me, and signing not only a defender, but I would actually say at this point any player. The simple fact of the matter is that Barcelona right now have no money. That's not an exaggeration. We have no money, and as a result of that, we cannot afford to be going out and spending millions and millions, especially there on Eric Garcia, who's available for free in the summer anyway. It would be impatience, it would be bad management to sign him for millions of euros in the January transfer window. And also, you look at what we've got. We've got Oscar Mingueza. We don't know, of course, how he's going to perform over a long period of time. We only see him so far after one game, but the signs are very, very promising. You've got the return shortly of Ronald Araujo. He's training again now. He should be trying to get back in this team as soon as possible. Maybe Sunday will be too soon for him, but you're looking at next week, he will be ready. And when he comes back, we know that he has a lot of talent. You've got Longley, of course, and also, let's not forget, Samuel Umtiti. He's somebody who Ronald Koeman said a few days ago before the Dinamo game, he's going to be back to play and ready in 2 weeks' time. So suddenly, we've gone from having nobody in that area to two exciting youth players in Mingueza and also there in Araujo who can come in and make an impact. You've got Longley, maybe Umtiti, we don't know if we can count on him. And then obviously Piqué is going to be back there in 4 to 5 months after he's opted against having surgery, and he will there have more conservative treatment. And that's why I think in January, the option for Garcia, it may or may not be there. But for me, I would not be going for him. And of course, guys, after such a comfortable win in midweek against Dinamo, without Lionel Messi, without Frenkie de Jong, without several key senior players in this team, the question is being asked, is that a coincidence? In particular, many people are saying, maybe we're better without Lionel Messi. Maybe Messi was the person who was holding us back. Now, the first thing I would say about that is, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's not get ahead of just one game, winning without Messi, and then say, you know what, we don't need this guy whatsoever, because that simply would not be the case. What I would actually say, though, is not just looking at Messi, but looking at all the players who weren't involved. It wasn't just about no Messi. There was no Griezmann from the start. There was no Jordi Alba from the start. There was no Roberto, no De Jong. There was no Piqué, no Busquets as well. There were so many players there, experienced players who were not in that team. And what we saw as a result was several players out there on Tuesday who were playing with a point to prove. They were playing there with fire in their bellies because they wanted to make an impact. They wanted to show the coach they deserved more game time. And in the first half, I thought we were flat. But the second half, you saw there a really motivated team. You saw there a group of young, exciting players who honestly had some energy. And that's what some of those senior players, given the fact they are entering the final years of their career, they still have quality. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. You can't tell me that Messi is not a good player in this team, because that would simply not be true. But in terms of energy, in terms of the attitude in every single game, sometimes you need to mix things up. In a game against Dinamo, we didn't need Messi, we didn't need some of the others, there was no need there to actually make them play and avoid giving them that rest. We've been able to rest Messi, and we've been able to win. And that should be a sign and a real message looking to the future. That's an option now. And staying there on the subject of Lionel Messi, guys, also had a lot of questions there, obviously, after that sad passing of Diego Maradona, which has, of course, not only shocked Lionel Messi, but has shocked the entire football world and every single one of us. And, of course, it's a very, very big loss to the game in so many different ways. But many of you guys are wondering now, what does this mean for Lionel Messi's Argentina side before Copa America, which is going to be happening in the summer of 2021? And also, what does it mean ahead of the World Cup there in Qatar? And I think it's a very, very good question indeed. Are we going to see an inspired Lionel Messi? Are we going to see here a determined Argentina side? And what I would say is this: I don't necessarily think here the death of Maradona will give Argentina some magical powers, will give Argentina suddenly a better team that will go and challenge for these World Cups and the Copa America. But what I would say is it gives them there a bit more motivation. I think already during the past few games, I've spoken about them on the channel, of course, we always like to talk about Argentina. I think we've certainly seen under Lionel Scaloni an improving team, a more rounded team. A lot of players in that Argentina setup now are looking to help Messi rather than just relying on him solely, and that's a good thing for the team, no doubt about that. And I also think what we're going to see at Copa America and then the World Cup is just hopefully now not only a team but a nation coming together. Argentina now have lost what is their hero. Diego Maradona was absolutely everything for their country, and rightly so. But now they'll want something. They want to get some joy from somewhere. They'll be looking for some sort of release. The Copa America, it's a great start for them. If they could go into that tournament and produce something special, not only for Messi, not only for that team, but for the entire country. Bring it back to its feet. Give something that Diego would be proud of. He will be smiling down on them, and they will want to perform. No question about that. So, of course, guys, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on all the questions and the answers we have discussed in today's video. I'll be building up tomorrow to the game against Osasuna. I'll be bringing you this and build up a little bit earlier, simply because the kickoff on Sunday, it is much earlier than we're going to be used to. So that build up, it'll be starting on Friday. I will see you then. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I'll see you soon, guys, and thank you for watching. Bye until next time. as always, Visca el Barça!